Hello and welcome. How are you?
Hi, I'm
Let me get my
great.
picture up there. Let me get my picture up there. Hold on. I'm learning this thing here.
Right? We all are. Even now, I'm like, oh, okay, I'm kind of off-centered a little bit, but what
Yeah,
can
I'm trying
we
to get me
do?
on. Let me see. Let me see how I'm getting myself on here now. Hold on. This is so exciting. Let me just tell you, it's just really, really exciting. And I'm glad you're here today. If I
Oh,
don't ever
thank
get
you.
myself on, okay, let's see. Um, how do I get myself on? Hmm. Is this fun?
And I am
It's
so not techie. Like sometimes my microphone doesn't work, and I'm like, I'm not an IT person. I don't know what to do.
I know. This is like I'm trying to see how to show myself. If I don't ever do it, at least I'm here. That's what I could say.
Camera, right?
Camera, yeah, I'm looking for that. I don't see that here. What is
Okay, so
going
mine is
on?
at the bottom of the screen. So I don't know if you have, it says like mic, camera, chat, more,
Let's
leave.
see.
I don't know if you,
Okay, I'm looking. I'm looking. Hold on. I'm looking. Nope, not. It says more. Let me see what yours says. More. Mine doesn't say that. Okay, mine doesn't say that. Hmm. I have a plus sign. Nope, that's a layout.
and
And I thought I had myself.
I don't even know how to help you. I'm just like,
Listen, I thought I had myself all set up, girl. Like I really thought, oh, I'm good. Like, yeah, no. Yeah, no.
but
Oh my
it
goodness.
wouldn't be a fun life if everything was easy, right?
This is very true. I will say that to you. Very, very true. I am trying to feel. Well, hold on a second. Let me see. I'm on stage. No. Um. Well, I don't know. I this is a quandary for me. But
Do you
let's
want to
get
log
started.
out? Okay, because I was saying we could log out and log back
No,
in.
I'm
Maybe.
on screen. People know me. They're like, "Oh, Edna's always doing," so it's fine. It's fine. It's totally, totally, totally fine. Well, thank you, Stephany Ann, for being here
Thank
today. I am
you.
so excited to
Yes.
have you.
Thank
So,
you.
you're welcome. So, this is, of course, my first StreamYard.
I know now.
And I'm so used to Zoom and everybody was talking about StreamYard. So it's not a beef up for StreamYard, but now I'm trying and I think I like it a lot. And I will learn how to put myself on camera for the
There
next
you go.
episode. So this is Conversations with Edna White, and I'm so glad my guest is here with me today, Stephany Ann. This is where the guest will have a heart to heart conversation to share their story of hardships, their joys, the worst, the best, the troubles, the trials, and then the great, great victories. So, welcome to the show, and thank you for being here today.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yes. So, tell us about you, Stephany Ann. What is it that you
Yeah.
do, or how do you show up in this magnificent world we have?
Well, I will just jump right into my story.
Sure.
So for years I was living a completely different story through a lens of why me. And only
Really?
recently do I feel like I've broken this pattern in my life of calling people in my life through relationships that would teach me the lessons that I still needed to learn about owning this as my story. Oh, there you are. Yay! Hi!
Hi. I did it. I did
Just
it.
push a
Isn't
lot
it?
of buttons and hope that something works, right?
You got it. Got it. Oh, say, okay, keep going.
Yeah, so for so many years I was living this story, and I didn't want to accept my story as my story. And I
Mm,
think that might be common for a lot of people when you've had a really hard traumatic story, and especially one around domestic violence or narcissistic abuse. There's a lot of shame around that. And so it's
sure.
really hard to own it as your story. And so for me, I felt like I just kept calling these people into my life, um, who would show me the lessons that I still needed to learn about
Right.
owning my story,
Right.
not someone else's story. The
Hmm.
story of healing those parts in me that had me feeling unworthy of love, so that I would keep calling these people back into my life over and
Right.
over again,
Right.
through their abusive words, through
Right.
the feeling of never being enough, through the ways that they would manipulate or gaslight, but they would always show up as actually the exact teacher I needed. And,
Right.
I can say that now, though for
Hmm.
a long time I saw these two men in my past two marriages as monsters,
Hmm.
out to destroy me and out to destroy my life.
Right.
And so for so many years, I would continue to ask, why me? When I'd
Okay.
look back and like I was saying, I could see the manipulation, I could see the lies, I could see the deception. And even
Right.
as someone like me coming from a background of law, I was a domestic violence advocate. I know the signs, but when you're
Yeah.
in these narcissistic relationships, you don't always see it right away.
No.
You don't see it until you're deep
Hmm.
in it.
Hmm.
And so, I didn't know what was going on. I knew something wasn't right, but I didn't know what it was.
Right.
And so, I think sometimes that these situations can create an energy where we're allowing ourselves to be taken advantage of.
Hmm.
Even me. If it can happen to me, it can happen
Yeah.
to anyone,
Oh, yeah.
you know?
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
so sometimes I think, maybe there is this part of me that was still drawn into the drama, drawn into the story, drawn into the victimhood of what
Hmm.
was happening to me
Hmm.
versus what was for me. And it really
Right.
wasn't until after 17 years between these two marriages and my second marriage ending in violence that I found myself becoming blind in my eyes. And so I had lost multiple homes to a fire. I lost everything in Hurricane Ian. I lost loved ones to COVID. I had a baby born with a very rare genetic disorder. I
Hmm.
had an ex who committed suicide.
Wow.
And so I'm sitting here left picking up these pieces of my life, and I'm just sitting in the rubble of all of this old life, sitting here feeling like everything had been done to me. Like these two men did all of this stuff to me,
Right.
and just sitting in victimhood, asking, "Why me? I don't deserve this. Nobody deserves this. I'm
Exactly.
a good person. I was a good wife. I lived a good life. I did everything right." But here's the thing, in that moment, thinking about my eye, why I
Hmm.
couldn't see, wondering if there was a lesson that like, what's going on, God?
Hmm.
And for me, I felt like I actually wasn't seeing my life clearly. And
Yeah.
so I think sometimes that, God, the universe, source, whomever we connect with, will give us these moments in time, whether it's through losing everything
Right.
or whether it's through a physical manifestation like me where I couldn't see. But if we get curious and we get quiet and we ask the right questions, sometimes we can see that there is truth happening all around us,
Yeah.
that what is manifesting all around us, that's crying out for us to pay attention to. And so for me, I was physically unable to see, and I literally was unable to see my story because I needed to see it through a different lens. I needed to shift from the victim story. I needed to become the heroine of my own story.
Hmm.
And it was only when I was able to shift that perspective and that energy from my exes being these monsters who were destroying my life
Hmm.
to being teachers in my life where I could actually start to see the lessons
So let me ask you
of
a question. So, because you're putting a lot into it, we want to have a
yeah.
conversation about this,
Yeah, yeah,
okay?
yeah. Okay.
So
Yeah, for sure.
I want to roll the tape back to where you said that the narcissism. We talked about the narcissism. I think one of the pieces that kind of kept me, you know, you repeating the shame that you were talked about was the phrase that I've heard over my life, and I know you heard it. Sticks and stones may break your bones, but names will never harm you.
Mhm.
And I remember this so vividly that I kept reliving it. I let people just say stuff to me. What do you think about that? Like, just like those types of phrases playing a big role in your life.
Well, they do, like the little criticisms here and there, the little critiques here and there, the subtle manipulation, the gaslighting where, for people who don't know what gaslighting is, it's when
Yeah.
someone tries to tell you that what you've experienced didn't happen.
Yeah.
So it's so subtle. And what it does to your brain, it makes you feel like you're going crazy. And when
Yeah, it
people are
does. Yeah.
constantly putting you down, you start to believe that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that whole sticks and stones not break my bone, it's like, no, no, it's
So it
hurtful.
breaks your bones, it breaks your mind, it breaks your heart, it breaks everything.
It breaks
It
it
really does.
all.
Yeah.
And, when you're in the middle of these relationships, it's hard to see, on a day basis, it's like, oh, well, he must have had a bad day, and that's why he's calling me a name or something,
Right.
so you don't always see it as abuse
Hmm.
in itself. It's when you
Yeah.
step back and you can see the totality. No, he's always like that, or
Oh yeah.
she's always like this.
Oh
It's
yeah.
constant. It's a lot.
It is.
So,
It's so very much. It's a lot. And I like how you said in the beginning, the shame and the narcissism, divorce. There was all these layers. We don't think about the layers. We think about
no.
got divorce going on, okay, but there's a reason why the divorce is going on. What happened in divorce? You know what I'm saying? So we don't ever
Mhm.
think of our traumas as layers of things that happen. Can you talk
Yeah.
talk to that, like, share with the audience about that?
Yeah. So, if you think of it as layers, like what we were just talking about, it starts out it starts out like you're with this person and there's a lot of love bombing. There's a lot of good words. There's a lot of, "Oh, you're my soulmate. I manifested you. I love everything about you."
Right.
But you don't see what they're doing is forming this trauma bond with you because it's all the good stuff. So, like, for me, my 2 ex-husbands, when I first met them and we were getting into a relationship, it was I fell in love with them so fast because they were just mirroring me. I fell in
Yep.
love with me, but you
I
don't know
agree.
that at
Yep.
the
I
time.
agree. You don't know that at the time. You have
You
no
don't
idea.
know it.
Know that at the time. Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
and,
you
like,
don't.
for me, my second ex-husband, Jace, he would say what he loved about me in the beginning, "I love that you're a strong, powerful woman. I
Uh-huh.
love that you're a lawyer. I love
Mhm.
that all your friends are feminists and strong, powerful women, like,
Uh-huh.
I love that."
Yep.
Well, then
Yeah.
a couple months later, it's like, "Oh,
I
your
hate
stupid
that.
friends. Why are they doing this? I hate lawyers.
Yes.
Lawyers are blah, 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 blah." And it's like, whoa, it's so
Yes.
confusing because it's like, well, that I thought you loved all of that about
Yes.
me. And now you're making fun of my friends. You're making fun of my profession. You're making fun of me being a
Absolutely.
strong woman.
Absolutely.
And so that's where the layers come in because you don't
Yeah.
you don't know all of that. And then when the devaluation comes in where they start
Mhm.
devaluating your friends, start
Yeah.
devaluing you.
Yeah.
And but then you're like, well, no, because I know they know how to love.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
know they know how to be kind.
Yep.
Because they were like that in the beginning.
Yeah, but
And
I think
that's
I think we trick ourselves.
Oh,
we've seen,
absolutely.
we've seen some stuff, like
Oh,
we've gotten like those signals, like, oh, that's not good, but we can love them past that,
yes.
everything that we wanted somebody to love past us, we're going to excuse for someone else that's really doing a number on us, like doing a number in the
Oh,
name of
yeah.
love. Like we do that, we know.
Oh, people are like, "Oh, didn't you see the red flags?" Well, I mean, I
Yeah, I
saw
mean,
I mean,
just
yeah, I
stuff
mean,
like
he
that.
drank, but everyone drinks,
Yeah,
like, it's not
yeah,
that bad.
yeah, it's not
Yeah,
that bad.
and so
Yeah, he had a
you
hard
look
day. Like you
past
said earlier, he had a hard
exactly,
day. He had a hard day, we
exactly.
see that.
We
We see
look past it because we want to believe
yeah,
the best. We want to believe in the person that we originally fell in love with, but
yeah.
that person never existed.
No, and we want to also, we want to, as nurturers, women as nurturers want to create, like take this ball of clay, and we want to make this person like what he could be, and it's all
Yes.
up to that person to what to shape their own and create their own future. It's never up
Uh,
to any of us on the outside. It's up to that person. So we're always looking at, but he could be better. And I've heard
yes.
so many women say that, that abused, assaulted, he could be better. He's such a good person. And when you ask them, like, well, why do you love them? And they be like, no, why are you still with them? That's what they say. That's the question.
Mhm.
They say, because I love him. Why? He's got a good heart. Yeah, but you didn't see his heart on the outside early. You didn't see the
Mm-mm.
heart. You were attracted to that person, their looks or whatever you're attracted to. Because I'm gonna tell you, I'm a firm believer in just the fact that, when we look at somebody, hey, he looks cute. We're attracted by that. We have to do a
Yeah.
whole lot to get past the face if it's not what we like. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, so we have to work
Oops, oops,
harder.
oops, oops.
Which you see, you're playing around, Stephany, with this playing around with this StreamYard now. You just got it straight.
I'm learning. But no, it's totally true. Like, I would tell people that I fell in love with his potential. You
Yes.
cannot
Love it.
fall
Love it.
in love
Love it.
with potential, because
Love
I
it.
will tell you,
Love it.
after 2 marriages
Me
of
too.
with 2 narcissists, they've never reached their potential. They've My second husband, we were together for 4 years, and in 4 years, he kept saying, "Oh, we're gonna start a business. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do that.
Yep.
We're gonna do
Yep.
this." No, he's
What he
still a
meant
bum.
was you're gonna do that. You're
Yes,
gonna do
now
that.
that I'm away from you, I can do that. Thank you. But,
Yes,
like,
you're gonna do
no,
that, and
you
I'm gonna ride your
cannot.
coattails.
Yes, like, no, ladies, we can't. Because they will not do anything.
No, no.
Unfortunately,
And it's
you
it's pretty
can't.
sad. It's pretty sad, but we really need the thing that I learned is how to love is I had to love myself. Because
Yes.
and if you're a Bible lover, I always wondered about this scripture that said you go back to your first love. Well, I wasn't taught about God when I was 5 years old, but I knew He existed, right?
Mhm.
So where was He? Inside of me. And along the way,
Yeah.
we forgot about that. We thought He's out here. We thought He was, But go back to your first love. When you fell off the swings and you knew you could do something, right? You knew you could do it. You fell off, cried, got bandaged up, come back, and what do? You get right back on, and you
Yeah.
do it again. You believe in yourself. So as you're young, when you're younger, you believe in yourself. You keep going till you get it, right? As
Yeah.
adults, we don't do that. We don't do that. We don't. We're like, okay, But loving yourself is the first thing we need to do. Is love ourselves.
Yes. Love ourselves and know that we are worthy. We are
Yes.
worthy of
Yes.
respect. We are worthy of
Yeah.
being in a healthy
Yes.
relationship and
Yep.
being with
We
someone who
deserve it.
respects you and
Right.
honors you.
We
And so,
deserve it.
like, yeah, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
like, and I like to
Deserve
use the
it.
word worthy because it's innate. I
Yeah.
am worthy because of who I am.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
So, yeah, and that's, what we have to that's when I
Absolutely.
do like tapping and all this stuff is
Mm-hmm.
tapping into your worthiness,
Yeah.
tapping in to you are confident, you are brave, you can do
Yeah.
this, you can get through this.
Yeah. That's great. So tell us how to get in touch with you and what is and leave our audience with the last final words because this is a 20-minute conversation that's packed full of information and we want the audience
Yes.
to get away with something that's going to keep them the rest of the year, rest of the month, whatever it is. Tell us how to do that. First tell us where we can talk to you, we can get a hold to you.
Yes, so right now I am only on Facebook at Stephany Ann, and I can leave you my link so people can reach me through
You
there.
can you put it right in
Or
the chat?
um, I will
Uh-oh.
try. Oh, where'd I go? Here I am.
If you can put that in the chat, that would be so marvelous. It's you see, is it on the right side of you? On the right
Yeah,
side?
yeah. I
Okay.
found the chat. Okay, I
Okay.
did
And that
that,
stays
and then
live.
okay, and then I'm gonna put my email in here.
Yes.
Whoops. And sorry, I can't like talk and do this at the same time. So, okay, there we go. Oh, here I am again.
Okay.
So, yeah, if you find yourself in a narcissistic relationship or you have
Hmm.
just got out of one, it is really important to break the trauma bond and to go no contact and to know that you don't have to be a victim.
No.
Change your perspective on your story to where you are the hero. Find the lessons, break the patterns,
Yes.
and know that you have the keys within to heal yourself.
Yes.
You might need
Absolutely.
some tools, and I teach EFT, which is emotional frequency freedom techniques, is a
Hmm.
healing modality that I teach, and it was a way that I healed myself and broke the trauma bond.
Right.
Um, and so, yeah, you have the keys within you, and you can do this. Rewrite your story and
Yeah.
become empowered. Take your power back because you are worthy.
Yes, you are. And we want to thank you all, my audience out there. Thank you, Dr. Paula, for being on and saying hi, stopping in. You didn't have to, but you did. Thank you so much. And Stephany Ann, thank you for being our guest on this most
Thank you.
power-packed conversation so our audience can get a full life and a better outlook on life. Thanks again. And we look
Thank
forward to
you.
talking to you real, real soon. Bye for now, guys.
Bye.